Yo, what's good? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. Yes, indeed, it is another one. And yes, I'm bringing something to you. Anton Daniels has a panel that he does pretty much all the time and stuff like that. And they was having an interesting conversation. And I find this very interesting and things like that because it shows the dynamics that we're in today's society, the misunderstanding of everybody's place, both men and women, and it shows the level of disrespect that women are really wanting to toss out, but at the same time though too, they don't want to take it back. But at the same time, we're all humans here, and what human is really going to allow anybody to disrespect them? I mean,
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Yes. So we're going to dive off into this. And like we always do, it's always quarters, nickels, and dimes, people. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Like, keep it to
I
yourself.
think
I don't think
people
y'all.
need
I don't think
friends
y'all
and
know what
diaries,
y'all.
to be honest.
I don't think y'all know what y'all want. I don't think that y'all have a clue of what makes sense and what don't make sense.
I don't think men and women should be going back and forth arguing, period. Men should not. No, I don't think that that's anything that we should be
Marlon,
doing.
I would have to disagree as far as the men and women going back and forth. I think a man and a woman can have a civil conversation. They can talk. They can have a, civil conversation. But as far as, I feel like if a woman starts yelling at a man should just sit back. Most women will sit back and kind of reserve themselves when she sees that masculine energy. Because I know me being a woman, when I get around a lot of men, I'm calm, I'm cool, collected. I don't really say much because it's a lot of masculine energy that I'm not used to being around. So it's not my place to say anything. It's all about the masculine energy around a woman. If a woman is talking to a man and she can tell he has a lot of feminine energy, she's going to run her mouth. She's going to talk to him like he's a female because she doesn't feel that masculine energy. As well as another man who has that masculine energy, he's going to show you, hey, I run this. You listen to me. A woman's going to sit down and listen.
I just don't think y'all know what y'all want. I genuinely don't.
Right.
The only time that it ever became a problem is that I believe when men started saying what they really felt and women didn't like it. And then it became a problem in popular culture. But
I don't think we should know what each other is thinking. Like, what's the point of that? You know,
so how do you solve
some
this?
things.
Like
If
I'll
it's
give you an example, right? I'll give you an example, Molly, right? So I believe that part of the problem in the past is that we kept sweeping everything under the rug, and we tried to act like everything was cool, which is one of the things that I think is the problem with even the Black community itself, because it's so many of y'all that have been touched on, fucked on, molested.
Imagine they had art list footage in the 60s.
And so a lot of what y'all experienced has been swept under the rug. And so we've been conditioned to say, well, just don't say the quiet part out loud. And then we went through a phase where, listen, we don't empower women. We want to hear what women got to say. And so now we don't, let the women get it off. Like, let's really stop holding it in. This is where let's normalize. So then they went to the normalization phase. Let's normalize being hurt and expressing your thoughts. Let's normalize doing this. They got to the point to where let's normalize everybody having herpes, right? So now, no, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Let's normalize justifying this stuff, right? And then the next phase now is, and men has been listening to this, and then we've seen a bunch of men supporting a bunch of nonsense. So then men said, listen, we need to have a conversation with people and men to express our thoughts because all of this is BS and we completely out of purpose, right? So now that men know how to use phones and we decided that we wanted to have a conversation amongst each other, and then women wanted to jump in and have a conversation with us because they didn't like the progress that we was making. For example, Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels never called a woman show. They called him for advice because they were having problems. So when women started having problems in their relationships and they said, listen, I can't get a man because I got 8 baby daddies, and then he told them the truth, then it became men arguing with women. In reality, men was saying the same thing that Kev was saying a lot of times. He just so happened to be the voice in the vessel that was best, to get the word out, and it resonated.
Right.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
These were conversations that men used to have in barbershops, things like that, when you get together with your partners, your boys, things, and y'all would sit down, have these conversations. Men have always talked. And this is one thing that, up until recently, we as men, we did have our own spaces to go to and stuff like that, to talk and communicate with each other and share secrets and share information, to keep each other as men up on game and on point about a lot of things, and how to actually deal with women. And you sit down, well, man, shoot, this chick did this and that to me. I don't understand. When you got, you have an older man here, well, yeah, I've already been through that. You should do such and such and such and such. This is where I messed up at, and things like that. This is how it used to go when men had barbershops and places to go where men used to only go with other men. Now those places have been infiltrated amongst women, and it's like, you can't even go to the barbershop anymore, or the bar, the lounge, or the cigar bar, things like that. Those places used to be actually only for men to go and relax, and actually at that point really get away from women. I'm just being honest. So we could talk, and keep each other up on information as men. And these are the things that now we have the internet, and it's like, yeah, it's an open book. But the thing of this is that, yes, of course, a lot of women don't want to hear what men really have to say. They just want us to sit down and listen to everything that they have to say, but it's no progress with that. It's no movement of the boat with one row. It's you have to have, the sails properly and everything in place in order to move the boat along. It's like women want the boat to move, but they don't want to lift the sails. I just,
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And a lot of women wind up thanking him for a lot of his advice because it actually resonated, right? The problem with these conversations is that we start to act like everybody deserves a microphone, when in reality, y'all listen to the men that y'all don't like, and y'all say, throw him out the window because his advice is stupid. But then we combine that with the men that y'all do like, and y'all don't know what y'all want. So you'll listen to a guy like Derek Jackson because everybody wanted to hear him, right? That wasn't feminine when he wasn't fucking on somebody else and y'all didn't know that he was fucking somebody else. He was the man. He was speaking to the voice of the people. Y'all listen to Umar Johnson because the majority of his supporters is women. He know who his demographic is, so he gonna cater to him even though he won't marry y'all. He gonna fuck y'all, leave y'all over for dead because he got baby mamas that he don't even rock with. So how masculine is it for you not to really be taking care of your family, but then you advocating for other women that ain't even doing the shit for you? You see what I'm saying? But then when a real man comes up and says, listen, this is how you're supposed to move, and then shut the fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about, then that's the one that they reject. That's the one that they hate. As long as we pander to y'all, it'll be fine.
I don't feel like that's true though. I feel like a lot of times the sassiness comes in like we had two examples. One, we had too much sass with Tyrese, like way back when he was crying on Instagram. Then you just did a review video of the balloon pop with the Ninja Turtle guy, the cocky little ugly guy. That was sassy because if you get rejected, you don't have to start coming at a woman's character. Most men that are in their masculine energy, they just sit back. They don't have to say much because they already know, like, okay, it's your loss. I'm going to move on. But to sit there.
Since when did women stipulate what men's supposed to be doing? And that's the problem with this new age crap that we're in nowadays. And that's the issue right there. Because back in the day, women didn't stipulate nothing that men did. Nothing. I mean, down to the ounce of that man's damn fingernails. They didn't stipulate nothing. Everybody conducted themselves in their own spaces. Women were in their feminine spaces, men were in their masculine spaces. You didn't sit around and tell a man how to be a damn man out here. The hell you talking about? That's ridiculous. It ain't your place. You don't even ride the same. You don't even ride the same amusement park rides that a man has to ride to get through life. You don't know what we go through. You just think you do because you outside looking in like a normal bat. It's crazy.
Argue back and forth with a woman, that shows your sassiness. And it's like, that's what a lot of women are coming into contact with. It's just, you're catty like a woman.
Can I
But
ask?
okay, so let me respond to that real quick, Shayla. If you watched any of these balloon pop shows, ask our resident balloon pop expert Quentin. He can give us all of the insight and information, right? If you look at any of the
All right, hold on.
people that are the most vicious are the women. For
That
the
is also
most
true.
part, the men just respond. And a lot of times, if you look at all of the guys, like if it's a bunch of guys up there, and then it's a woman that comes across and she's the one, the guys give a whole lot of grace.
Right.
A whole lot of grace. But if a guy, a lot of times, if he responds to some wild shit that a woman says, then it's like, oh no, you sassy. And it's like, so she could just get away with it. How long? Because I'm gonna be real with you. All right, y'all want to?
Yeah, did you see her face down there? In the morning. My bad. Hold on. Did you see her face down there? Seriously. with the Nike shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, yes. It's like, come on, baby. You know, we just supposed to tolerate you talking to grown ass being sideways out here. I find that hilarious. This is crazy.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose. And you never will be chose.
Want to really have a conversation? All right, let's have it.
Right.
Back in the day when you got out of line, you got the shit slapped out of you.
Right.
I wasn't in back in the day. Jazz, don't turn your face up at me. I wasn't even alive at the time. I'm just because I'm speaking on history.
Yeah, but just because that is what happened doesn't mean that was right or what.
I'm referencing a part of history in order to make a point.
But why?
Can I say something real quick?
I haven't made the point.
See, that's the problem. Don't nobody really want to hear how it used to really go down. Don't nobody really want to understand everybody used to be in their places, in their strategical places as both men and women. See, this is the thing right here. Don't nobody want to have the real conversation and really break this shit the fuck down.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You don't really want to have a real conversation. Yes. And, you know, of course, they try to spin it nowadays. Like, you know, the man just woke up that day and decided to, you know, slap his wife across the face. Oh, I'm just going to wake up today and just slap my wife across the face. just for no reason. Just, you know, he just woke up that day and decided to do it. That's ridiculous. No. You know, women, yes, women did used to get out of line with men back then too. And at the end of the day, there were proper procedures in place. Now, I'm not saying right or wrong, woo to woo. You make your own damn judgment. But all I'm saying is, though, at the end of the day, you can't sit there and just pile on a bunch of crap on one person and then not expect that person to throw the crap back at you. What the hell is that?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Come on, people.
Point yet. You got to listen to me before you get mad.
You right.
Right.
Back in the day, Big Daddy didn't tolerate that shit, and he would put his hands to your face and say, "What did the finger say to the face?"
Right.
Women didn't have all of this extra talking back and shit because they respected whoever Big Daddy was because you was actually his property. If you called the police, this is a fact. If you called the police, if you was able to get to a phone with your black ass and you got to the and you called the police and the police.
Oh, do you see how the women looking out? Do you see how they looking? Do you see the faces moving? Hands on faces, eyes rolling all over the place. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is real. So you mean to tell me back in the day when a man came home from World War II, he overseas, he done all that he needed to do to defend the country. I'm not gonna get too graphic, but I wish I could, because I would tell you the business of what my grandfather told me when he was in World War II and he went over there and done things. Listen, look, them men didn't come back home to deal with no woman with no sass after dealing what they deal with. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What is you talking about? Do you know how many people I just
Shots fired! Shots fired!
and I'm finna let you talk to me sideways out here? Oh no, them men weren't going. Yes, and one of my grandfathers was a World War II veteran. They were not going. I don't know what like, no, they wasn't going.
Police said, oh, wait a minute, let me step out of this. It wasn't no domestic issues.
Right.
The domestic issue was handled in the household.
Right.
That's a fact. So then
hey.
y'all got liberated, right? Y'all got liberated, and y'all got social media after the liberation. And so now it empowered y'all to say what y'all wanted to say. So when you see these women stepping out.
If you guys are here in Mississippi and you have gotten an old, struggling.
It is what it is, though. But hey, you spitting facts now. These facts.
Disrespecting a man and saying some wild shit to him, that didn't fly. So this is a relatively newer concept.
Brand new.
Women are saying whatever the fuck they want to say to a guy and they talking egregious and they can just get away with it because.
And also being able to put their hands on a man. I'm going to bring that up too. And also being able to put their hands on a man, and a man being in such restraints due to the goalpost of the movement of the laws. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? This would have not been going down back in the day like this. Now, we could sit there and be mad about what happened in the past and this and that, or what was right or what was wrong and this and that. And, be honest with you, let's keep it real. Them women were putting their hands on men too back in the day. Them women wasn't fucking flowers and sunsets and fucking, Man, them women back in the day wasn't sunflowers. They wasn't all sunshines and roses. Half y'all out there, at the end of the day, if you really do your DNA test, 9 times out of 10, you ain't even some kin to your great-grandfather or your damn grandfather out here. Y'all don't even want to talk about the real shit out here.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Hold on.
But you old fish-eyed fool.
Y'all don't want to talk about the real shit. Keep this shit 100 out here. Do your ancestry test and find out. Talking about something, man, please.
Because we've enabled it. That's the truth.
That's
100% truth. Guys, these group of guys are in uncharted territory and they trying to figure it out.
Right.
Because on one hand, Big Daddy didn't deal with that shit.
Right.
And then on the other hand, then they dealing with a woman that say we want.
Hey, listen, look, this Jasmine Moore chick, she need to quit rolling her motherfucking eyes out there, because yeah, look at her right there in the corner, one eye open, one eye closed and shit, looking like a damn clown. Yeah, Big Daddy didn't deal with it. If you research your history, 9 times out of 10, you probably don't even have family photos from back in the day, because none of your people probably kept up with their shit. Yeah, I still got mine. I go all the way back to the early to the early 1900s with mines. How about you? You know, listen, man, these people out here be sorry. You know, yeah, I know what the biz is with mines. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy out here. Yeah, everybody looking crazy. All the women looking crazy. Pretty much. It's sad out here. Yeah, but that's what was going down. Like it or not, it's the truth.
Want y'all provision and protection, but we don't want y'all to say nothing to us.
Right.
And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not supporting it. I'm not against it. I'm just stating the obvious of what the real is, and that we are largely in uncharted territory where it's a group of guys that don't know how to deal with a certain group of women, when historically, all throughout history, it was one way to deal with it, and it was going that way or it was going the other way.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. You know, and due to the laws that are in place now, due to this, you know, this magical way of moving now, you know, men can't do this, men can't have the structure that they used to have and things like that. And like Anton said, listen, look, whether you for it or against it, that doesn't matter in the fact. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and allow people to disrespect you. I don't care who they are. You know, this really breaks down to being disrespected. That's what the whole big picture is. And men nowadays, we sit back and we do allow women to disrespect the shit out of us on a mass basis. Have been for quite some time now. And that's why they look at us as sassy and this and that, woo to woo. And they want to sit there and be like, well, men shouldn't talk back when we say what we have to say. What are you talking about? I'm a human being too. I have an opinion. I have something to say. And what I think that you're doing is not right. Now, if you want to sit there and call me sassy or this and that, that's fine then. You can get the fuck out my house.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Real talk. Because as a real man, ain't shit finna be in your name anyway. Real thing. If you stick around long enough, yeah, you'll get it when I die. Because I'm working hard out here to die for the family. That's a man's plight. And it is what the hell it is. But the point of the facts is that at the end of the day, I will command and demand respect while I'm alive. And if I can't get it from you, then you got to go.
Are you saying to go back the other way to stop this?
Say what now?
Go ahead, Cam. You got it.
All right. I was just gonna say,
No. We're not going to escape that. What she say? Do you think it need to go back the other way in order to stop this? No. That's not what nobody's saying. See, you want to try to add in, you know what I'm saying, a little extra layer of this, you know, feminist mindset to be like, well, okay, this and that. Well, at the end of the day, though, if it's, you know, in most cases, if we look at the DV cases, in most cases, most women are starting the fights first. They're throwing the pots and pans. You know what I'm saying? They're hitting the men first. Because women in today's society know that they can hit you, but you can't hit them. They know this. Women know this. This is nothing new now. We're 50 plus years into this. These laws that stave off men from even real talk, low key protecting themselves, even from women. So, you know, she's well, should we go back to this? No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what Anton's saying. That's not what nobody's saying. But it's the respect level that you need to have. It's only so far you could push anybody. It's only so far you could treat an animal wrong before they actually turn on you.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
And see, this is the delusion that a lot of women are in. It's only so long that you could treat your little furry, $1,000 little dog that, you know what I'm saying, that you like so much, you know, is it it's only so long, it's only so long you can treat people bad and think that they're not going to actually fight back at certain points. What are we talking about here? Like a man just supposed to keep taking and taking and taking it from you.
To piggyback off of Anton's point, like what's the Shayla, to your point, like what's the thin line between a man resting in his masculinity and him allowing himself to be disrespected?
Right.
Because I think, you know, there is a line, and I think that's kind of what the conversation needs to be around, because these women are disrespecting these men, and we're still like expecting them to rest in their masculinity while being disrespected. And so it's like, no, it's not wrong that he comes for your character, because you came for my masculinity as a man, because you're challenging me so much so to see how far you can go before I actually break out of my masculinity and do something that is low value or low character and something that's not of his normal. So I think that, you know, more so the conversation needs to be on us respecting men and knowing our boundaries and knowing the boundaries again between.
Yeah, Jasmine, you can smack your lips all day. Yep, yes, ma'am. You sure can. Yeah, you can smack them lips all day. But it's the truth that the young lady up here speaking, what's it? Miss Cam from the Valley? Yes. Yes. Like I told you, I grew up very old school. The women in my family always gave respect, and vice versa. Now, you know, whatever little arguments that they did have, of course, back in the day, you know, they didn't allow the children to see too much. Now, but of course, at certain points, you as a child growing up in the household, you did see a little something, but you saw enough to know that as a grown man reaching back and thinking, yes, there was a level of respect there. The women in the family didn't reach outside the box, going all in a man's face, tapping, busting him upside the head, pointing on his chest, or pointing him upside the head and snapping out, being loud. I've never heard the women in my family get loud with any man in my family.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Even if I caught them in an argument, they still wasn't loud, and the men was not outrageous either. They handled the situation like true adults, old school style. You know, all this, you know, and it's only so far that you're going to be able to, these modern women want to be able to put their hands on you. They want to be able to talk to you any kind of way. They want to be able to, you know, express their feelings any kind of way. They want to be able to just feel like they could do anything they want to a man, because society supports this. The laws also support this. And then we're coming to this point right here. It's like, when is enough enough? When are you going to understand that I'm a human being first, and you're not going to keep disrespecting me?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
You can't make this shit up.
When is enough enough? When is enough enough? Jesus, it's crazy out here, man.
You trying to, you know, make your point or have your voice heard and be validated versus disrespecting them because you felt like your feelings were hurt. Because I think a lot of us as women disrespect men because our feelings are hurt and not because we're actually trying to validate what they're saying.
Right. And I get what you're saying, but like you said, the women move off the emotion because their feelings are hurt, but men are more logical. So I feel like if you're a man and you're actually moving in your masculine energy, you're gonna stop it.
No, listen, look, Miss X, women have always been emotional. So why did back in the day women were able to control their emotions a lot more better than you new age chicks out here? Somebody answer that question.
And what the French toast is there to think
Huh?
about?
I mean, I'm really asking a serious question here. Why did women back in the day were able to stay in their femininity, you know, a lot more better than you modern day women? That's a serious question. Why? Why were they able to control themselves as women and know that they just, well, I'm a woman, I have these emotions, and I'm, you know, I just, I just fly off the handle sometimes, and you as a man, you're just supposed to deal with it. You're just supposed to be able to, stay in your masculinity, and what the hell you talking about? What are you talking about? Because you're just babbling at the mouth at this point right now. Like I keep saying, I grew up with real old school women. They never got out of line with me, anything. Even when they were mad at me about something that I did as their, as their loved one, they never got out of line with, never did put their fingers in my face and you a ninja. You ain't nothing. You ain't gonna never be nothing. You ain't this or that. Like most black women do black men today, even their own sons. Let's talk about it. Never had that done to me. But you expect me to deal with some broad out here that thinks she gonna put her fingers in my face? Man, hold on. Where the fuck that taser at?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You better stop it. You better stop it.
Think like, okay, this is a woman. She's not thinking right. She's moving off emotion. She's all hyped up. Her hormones is going crazy. Like,
yes,
I'm just gonna.
It's called controlling yourself.
Remove myself from the situation. Now, it's like a thin line between it, because it's like, yeah, you can't let somebody attack your character, but at the same time, as a man, am I going to sit here and argue with this 120-pound woman? Like, I know I can dominate her easily. Like, that's not even a fair fight, whether we're arguing.
So I hear what you're saying, but I feel like if we're gonna have the real conversation, when we argue with men and we're being combative, you're not gonna let him just walk away from the conversation. Especially if you're talking about the type of women that I think we're talking about. She's not gonna let him just walk away because he said, okay, conversation's done, I'm walking away. She's gonna do the hands in the face, the no, you're not going anywhere. Like they're not gonna let him.
Oh, but hey, though, you see Nike laughing though, right? Because she done it. Look at all the women's faces on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Mal, her head down all the way. You know what I'm saying? Reed, this look, she's smirking. You know what I'm saying? Shay, she looking off. Jasmine straight frowning up out here. Q got her hand on her chin. Cam just out here spitting facts. And that's what they do. And y'all know that women know this. They know this. All the women on the panel know this. That's the reason why they looking the way that they looking. They know this. When women get fired up with all that emotion and stuff, even if a man decides to not engage and he's like, okay, cool, just have your moment, she's still gonna be up in his face with the fingers pointing, with the attitude, this and that, and he like, okay, chill out. She's still there. She's still going. She's still Energizer Bunny in the whole situation. What do you do then? You walking away and she up behind your head with frying pans, about to slap you in the back of your head with a frying pan because you walking away. Now she not only mad because she think that you're not listening to her. She mad because she know low key you trying to de-escalate the situation, and she really wants to have the damn fight.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
The hell you talking about? Can't play me. I'd have been around women too much. Chicks in the streets, pimp, all types of shit. You ain't finna tell me nothing. I know what I'm talking about. It don't matter whether she for the streets or whether she proclaimed to be a good girl or whatever. No. And y'all better stop it out here, man. When these women get nowadays, they uncontrolled. They can't not control their emotions. They technically can, but they don't want to because we've been allowing them to get away with not controlling their emotions, not being substantial human beings. And that's the reason why when you try to de-escalate toxic situations with the woman that you're dealing with, and you try to walk off and things like that, and you don't want to engage after a certain point, she starts chasing after you, study going after you, and that's when she gonna bust you across the back of your head with a fucking frying pan.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Can't play me. Hell you talking about?
Him leave. So it's just like, again, how far is he supposed to rest in his femininity without hands in his face, without you throwing stuff at him, without you doing these things that he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody deserves to be disrespected or put hands on. So it's just like, why do we expect men just because they're men? Like, obviously, I know there's a lot of double standards, but I feel like that's like a human thing. Like, you shouldn't want or expect somebody to just take being punched on and beat up or verbal abuse or whatever have you just because he's a man and he's supposed to rest in his masculinity at all times.
Yep, they just want you to take it. That's it. That's it. That's it. They just want you to take it and deal with it. Oh, you a man. You just supposed to deal with me beating on you after you done came home from being beat on by the world. Yeah, come on home. Come on home, baby. I got some more ass whooping for you. Yeah, baby, come on home. Yeah, bring that check on home. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to whoop your ass for bringing that check home, too.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah, come on home, baby. Yeah, I got nothing but loudmouth, disrespect, you know what I'm saying, cookness, and all this other type of stuff for you. Yeah, baby, come on home. I got plenty of disrespect for you. You black man, you Negro. Yeah, I got plenty of disrespect for you out here. Yeah, I know you've been mistreated out there in the world, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? They done told me in this society that I could mistreat you too when you get home. You come on home, black man. I ain't got shit for you cook. You know what I'm saying? I want you to starve. I want you to go back to work starving. You know what I'm saying? So you can be a piece of crap at work, and then they can look at you like a piece of crap, and then you come home and I can treat you like crap all day. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, black man. You know, yeah, that's, you know.
But you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose. And you never will be chose.
Yeah, come on home so I can treat you like shit.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit the hell up. Yeah, but it is what it is, though. Hey, listen, look, it's a lot that went down in this topic right here. I told y'all at the end of the, well, no, I didn't tell y'all because I didn't push this button right here. Hold on, I got this right here.
It may be hard for some viewers to watch.
Yes, I know this was hard for some viewers to watch out here. I know this. Yes, this was very hard for some viewers to watch. But it just is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers out there. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure that you ring that bell, that you'll be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.
Talk about that some other time.
No, I want to talk about it now. See,
Fred,
another reason
Fred, I said we'll talk about that some other time.
You don't tell me what I can talk about. You don't tell me what I can talk about in my own house.
Don't you point your finger at my nose, Fred Sanford.
I'll point my finger at your nose, and I'll point my foot somewhere else.